I am Coco. I made this fucking beat. Bobby stole it. Bobby, you can have it.
What's up, this your boy King Yella, and I just wrapped up a shoot with Bobby Tesla. We did the drunken chicken stories. This man came here and didn't bring no food. But we just wrapped up a show. It was pretty dope. I like what he got going on. Make sure you tune in for the show. He brought it to my studio this time, so that was kind of cool. And yeah, drunken chicken stories. Check it out. Chicken, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Drunken Chicken Diaries, episode fucking maybe 14, 15, I don't know.
We're at 17.
We're at 17? Good God. I must drink a lot. But yeah, man, this is I say this every show. This is a special edition. But I mean it this time, actually. I mean it every time, but the reason why this is so special is because we're not shooting at my restaurant or at Big Stu Film Studio. We're actually on location at my man King Yella's studio. And yeah, man, we're about to dig into his life and put him on the spot a few times. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
You excited?
Yeah, I'm
you nervous?
excited. I've been saying nervous for what? This is my life every day.
I'm just saying. I mean, I might ask you some things that might make you uncomfortable, you know?
Then I ain't gonna answer it, you know? Like, I'm still in control of what I do.
Yeah, you are.
You know?
Just because we're on Drunken Chicken Diaries, you gotta do a shot with me. Now, you can see Sid, when I had Sid on, he's like, oh, I don't want to do a shot. So he made like a little tiny shot. So I will let you be the master of your own liquor. But yeah, so we're gonna get into Yella, and I want to hear his story because a lot of the shit that I actually want to know.
That sound right.
We're gonna get into Yella. Into Yella's story.
Thank you.
All right. Come on, man. Don't be such a phobe. God damn, are you gonna drink that?
Yeah.
The whole thing. Like
It's
in
a
one
shot.
All right, let's go
You take
then.
them baby shots.
All right, well, fuck. Don't threaten me.
You
with
see
a
my
good
bar
time.
behind me? It go down in
I'm
here.
just saying, bro.
Yeah,
I know you're not. I know you're not an alcoholic.
Not at all.
Well, shit. Now you're not behind the camera. You're in front of it this time. Cheers.
Bam.
Yeah. Okay.
What you on that? Tito's?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I brought you a bottle of Patron. It's downstairs. I'll get it to you next month. So
Just like he ain't brought no food.
I didn't bring.
How you gonna
food.
come interview a fat motherfucker and don't have no food?
Well, you know, I was gonna bring you a fruit and vegetable tray, but I don't know. Deerburgers was closed. So anyway, bro.
Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
How you talking about Deerburgers was closed? I was gonna get some food from my people spot, and they closed on Mondays.
You were gonna get some clothes, some
Gourmet soul.
some-
I was gonna shine on you.
I thought you were gonna get some Wingstop just to fuck with me.
Nah, I won't.
I thought we were gonna walk into here and there's gonna be a big plate of chicken wings from Wingstop.
Nah, I won't do nothing that's no straight competition.
Please
Super similar.
don't do me like that.
I would have, I was gonna come different, but they closed today,
Oh well,
you know.
we got something in common. I'm closed today too.
so it worked out.
All right, man. So King Yella, man. Your name is Chris, but everybody in the city knows you as Yella. So let's get into it, bro. Like honestly, like I'm trying to think of like how you and I met each other, and I honestly don't know how we met each other.
You was like, man, that dude got them hoes. Hey, bro, what's up? I'm Bobby. I got wings. Nah,
I'm like this light skin.
I think it was through Jay Pusher.
All right, was that it?
You know, but well, I've heard your name through several people.
Yeah.
Because for years, I've heard of you, and people always be like, "You don't know Bobby?" I'm like, "Nah, we just never crossed paths. We never met."
Right.
You know, so finally, at one point, I almost think it was at the Galleria when LB was having that viewing.
Oh, was that it? And when LB was
Yeah.
at the Microsoft store?
Yeah, I believe that's, and you catered the food,
Yeah.
and I think that's when we first really met and dapped
I don't
up.
even remember seeing you there. I remember seeing you at the pageant one time. I don't forgot.
He was drunk then.
I wasn't drunk. I was working, bro. I was tossing chicken. But anyway, so like, yeah, I mean, like we've known about each other for a long time. Then we actually finally met, and I realized he wasn't an asshole like I always thought he was. So
And I realized he was, but I fuck with assholes.
he became the homie. So yeah, he's a photographer, man. So like that's what everybody in St. Louis knows you as. I mean,
Yeah.
as of right now. So I mean, like everybody in the city who's anybody in the urban community and then outside knows King Yella for being the man when it comes to doing photography. I mean, they see you pop in the club. Like I've seen you a million times. I've just never like talked to you. But like you'll be in the club with your camera. And honestly, bro, like I see a lot of people with cameras like in the club now. But I think like when I go back and I think about camera guys in the club, I think about you are one of the staple camera guys like that kind of started the trend that I saw. So I mean,
Right.
and that's something that I want to dig into, and I want to get into all that. That's something I want to talk about. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
I say that all the time at all my shows. My producer gives me a hard time. Shout out to Big Stu Films. My man brought all his equipment over here to Yella's studio, which is dope, man. Like, I love this vibe, dude. If you guys could see what I see,
Appreciate it.
like this, the vibe is dope.
But that just come real quick from all the different people that I came across throughout my life, taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then just always being different. You know, even as a kid, I always had the coolest room. You know, like I see an empty space and I just keep thinking, what can I put there that'll be different? You know, so I just always aim to be different, man, because I'm left-handed, you know.
Oh, are you left-handed?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Well, shit, I mean, you as soon as you walk in here, you walk through a big hallway of photos of Wayne, Game. Like so many people. Was Game even on there, or am I just drunk?
Yeah, you tripping.
All right, well, I know Wayne is on there.
Yeah, Future on there.
Future's on there. But a lot of your photography, a lot of your photos and shit are on there, which is hard, because like as soon as you walk in, it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it's like I got my own, it's like a hip-hop gallery. I got my own gallery.
For real.
You know, so when people come in here, that's the first thing that wows them. It's cool to see that effect on people, but it's just a piece of me, you know, and the things that I've done.
Yeah, man, and I wanna actually get the backstory to all that. So, like, where are you from? Like, what part of St. Louis are you from?
I'm from Normandy. I went to Normandy High School, dropped out of Normandy High School, and then I think around 21, after I had my daughter, you know, I was just like, I need to do something different. I need to figure this out, you know, because what I was doing wasn't working.
Have you ever had a 9 to 5?
Yeah, but the last one was 1985.
19
Office Depot.
Damn, you're old.
Yeah.
But you worked at Office Depot? They were open back
Office
then?
Depot. I worked in the furniture department.
I was 6 years old when you said 85 or 95?
95.
Okay, I thought you said 85.
95.
I'm like, damn, I was 6. You're that fucking
Nah,
old?
nah.
You look good for your age, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So back in 95, you worked at Office Depot.
Yeah, that was my last clock-in job.
I can't imagine seeing you working at Office Depot.
Yeah, but I left St. Louis and moved to Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the people that I have connection with come out of Baton Rouge. You look it back, No Limit, Master P moved No Limit to Baton Rouge. Cash Money out of New Orleans, 45-minute drive, were always in Baton Rouge.
Right.
Boosie and Webby from Baton Rouge. Kevin Gates from Baton Rouge. Shaq went to LSU in Baton Rouge. So, you know, a lot of people see me with those connections, but that's where it come from.
Man, I love Louisiana, man. Like, New Orleans is probably like the city that I would escape to if I had to like leave St. Louis. I'd probably end up in New Orleans. I just love the vibe.
Yeah, it's dope.
I love Southern Louisiana, like the Cajun food and the people and the culture. It's just dope. A lot of people go to party, but when I travel, I try to pay attention to the culture and the people and where the locals go, not just Bourbon Street. And you know what I mean?
Right.
So you got a history, man, and I mean, like, it's not a secret. A lot of my viewers know. A lot of people know that I got a criminal history. I was in prison for a while for drugs and stuff, and I know that you and I connected on a level at one point. You know, when you got in trouble, and I mean, that's way in our past. But like, do you want to tell me about that real quick? Like, you got in trouble and sat down for a minute.
No, that was just something that happened in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the past. Well, did you? But you sat down for a minute.
Yeah, real small minute.
Real small minute.
Yeah, real small minute.
You spent more than one night in jail before.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right, we'll say that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot.
But never no more than 3 months.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
So
I'm not a bad guy. I'm a great guy.
Somewhere between 1 night and 3 months.
Yeah. But it was just young, trying to figure myself out, running. You know, like I put like this. I haven't had no handcuffs on me since I was 18. I haven't been in no trouble since I was 18. And you know, I chose. You know, I studied people all my life. You know, and I just like knew I wanted better. And my family raised me better, and I'm just glad I got out of St. Louis. I hate that say I had to get out of St. Louis. I just had to change my environment.
Yeah.
Because too many people I was running around was on the same thing, and it's like, I like something that Snoop Dogg said a long time ago, like thugging and hustling is like high school. You got to graduate one day. So, you know, I just chose to change, but I had to change my location to do that, you know, because when I chose to come back to St. Louis, everybody's like, man, you don't want to come here, ain't nothing here. You know, I'm like,
But
man.
when you left, did you feel this dying need to keep representing St. Louis at all?
Well, it was just natural.
Right.
It was
But when
just
I went, because I
natural.
went to college in Louisville when I was 18, and like I wanted everybody there to know that I was from St. Louis. So I always had on a St. Louis cap.
Right.
Just like I do now, but like
Me too.
I'm always rocking St. Louis shit.
Yeah, I got St. Louis tattooed on my chest.
I got
you know?
St. Louis tattooed on me like 3 times.
But that's how that whole 314 day picture came about. Me repping St. Louis.
Of course, man. The 314 day picture is epic, and I think like you probably don't know how many times that photo is used because people don't tag you in it or it just ends up in different places. Because it popped up today in some shit. I'll have to show you, but it's called
Man, I already know everybody.
Yeah.
Tell me. I mean, from young, old, white, black, every nationality. Like it's crazy.
And we celebrate 314 Day like it's like I mean it's our own holiday. And shout out to Young Dip, man. I mean,
oh yeah, Dip.
Shout out to Dip, man. You really, yeah. Salute to you, bro. You actually put 314 Day on the map and turned it into a St. Louis holiday, man. So big up to you, dog.
Yeah, appreciate that, Dip, because you took my regular picture and made it into a 314 Day picture because everybody want to use it, and that was just really my fat self. Well, I wasn't fat then, but you know the things that I missed when because a lot of people ask why is White Castle on it. White Castle is not from St. Louis. That whole picture started like when you leave St. Louis. Those are some of the things you miss.
Yeah,
I miss White Castle because coming up, White Castle was the only place that was open at night. You know, so like everybody went to White Castle after the clubs. You know, White Castle was just always open. You know, and it was cheap.
And that's part of St. Louis culture. You know, St. Louis like late night culture. It's like if there's anywhere to get food at the middle of the night is White Castle. You can't go to the Chinaman. You can't go to the St. Louis Wing Company. You can't go. You can go to White Castle.
And they didn't have it in Louisiana. You know, because some people be like, "It's White Castle all over. Why St. Louis trying to claim it?" It ain't that. It's just that picture came because that was something that I missed when I was away from home.
So I mean, yeah, of course, St. Louis isn't the only city that has White Castle, but there's a lot of other states that don't have it. So when people leave St. Louis, they move to like San Francisco or some shit. They'll come back to St. Louis. They'll get Emo's Pizza, White Castle, St. Louis Wing Company, some Chinaman. Yeah. They come to my restaurant.
But look, I'm getting a little frustrated right now. We talking about all this food because I'm thinking Bobby coming to my crib, STL Wings, and don't come with no damn food.
Bro, it's first of all,
talking about drinking and chicken.
St. Louis Wing Company. You've been there like 10 times. It's not St. Louis Wings. But that's how
Just
much
make sure he listens.
That's how much you pay attention to the food instead of the name of the place. But that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. But you see the cups on my bar. I'm representing up there.
Right.
We should have one right
I'm
here.
just
Why we
fucking
don't have
with
one
you.
right here?
Well, shit, I'll go grab one.
Yeah.
I got the shirt on because I knew we weren't on location.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But like, actually, you do support me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And not just because you're the homie, because you actually like my food.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, man. Like I support
The garlic
you too.
parmesan.
Because some of your I can probably and the garlic parmesan fries.
Yeah,
right?
put that on my fries too.
Yeah. But so the St. Louis photograph that made it huge for 314 Day was pretty much just out of the fat boy in you that just this is what I like. This is the shit I like.
No, man, I wasn't a fat boy because I started
you just
off.
said it.
I can say that, but I'm just saying I was slim when I started that.
Anyway, the fat boy inside of him was thinking about this photo. Am I right or wrong? But you can say that I can't.
Yeah, man, you calling me a fat boy. That's for me to say. Yeah, you trying to sneak that in.
But if I was talking to a skinny motherfucker and I said the fat guy in you, he wouldn't be offended by that.
You was big instead of fat. Shit.
Anyway, man, so you know what's funny, man, is that you showed me a video one time of you like doing some crazy ass shit on a BMX bike.
Yeah.
Like and like I wanted you to tell me about that because while you were BMXing when you were a kid, I was skateboarding, but like you actually did some shit like maybe a few years ago. You jumped on a bike and like did some, I don't know what you call it, but like
a rock walk.
How did you get into that? Because you grew up in the hood, right?
No, I ain't grew up in the hood. You know, I grew up in Northwood, so it was
a
predominantly black neighborhood. But I mean, it wasn't nowhere near like what you call the hood nowadays, because kids still played together. Even though I was that kid, I remember one of my neighbors sent me home from that kid's birthday party because I said something foul. You know,
you were the bad kid.
To some people, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I've been the bad kid all my life.
Yeah. Like DJ Quinn. Quinn, no. When I first moved back to St. Louis, Quinn didn't want to fuck with me. Like, man, that dude no good. He bad. He had no idea I changed my life and flipped into who I turned King Yella into.
Well, that's kind of what this show is about, bro. Because like basically the premise of this show is to talk about the subcultures in St. Louis, or just the people that I know of, like what I consider to be misfits. Like when you can turn your passion into a career. So when it comes to like, you know, motorcycle stunts or tattooing or photography, fucking stripping. I mean, like, big ups to the people that can climb to the top of a pole. Like, I can't do that shit. I mean, so a lot of people like think that that's a taboo career, but it's dope as fuck to be able to actually do that, deal with a bunch of drunk ass horny guys at night. But I mean, chefs, painters, videographers, a lot of us didn't go to school to do what we do. We just became what we are because that's what we like to do. So I like, and those are who my friends are. I connect with people like that on a different level versus somebody like in a cubicle that went to school for that shit.
But also on that is realizing your talent, you know, because like for all you young people growing up, you have special talent sometimes and don't even know it. You know, and you're trying to compare your life to other people, and your talent is sitting right there, and you just ignoring it because it ain't took off yet. But you got everything take time. Everything got to grow. You got to nurture it. You know, like I was just telling Stu behind the scenes earlier. You know, my photography, I never really went to school for it, but my father was a photographer, so I studied under him. It was in my, you know, in the back of my head, but I didn't learn from him. But what I'm trying to say is, when it came time, I knew the answers to stuff, and it's because I grew up with it in my subconscious mind, and then I realized that this was my lane, and I just ran with it.
Well, neither one of my parents were chefs.
Right.
And I mean, I know my mom's watching everything, but she used to whip up some shit called shit on a shingle, and it was like some beef gravy on top of toast, and it was good. Yeah. But I mean, and then my white people shit. Yeah, definitely. You could say white people shit. And then my dad would like bake some fish called scrod. I don't even know if that even exists anymore, but it's cod. It's a white fish, and it had no flavor whatsoever. And so me and my sister would go over there, and we would sneak Snicker bars over to my dad's house. But shout out to my parents, though. I mean, they actually did get in the kitchen, but it wasn't until like I became a chef that they were like, oh, and then really intrigued by the whole thing. They just kind of like cooked. Okay, my dad cooked to survive. My mom cooked to feed her kids. It wasn't like I'm cooking to impress anybody, because they didn't really impress anybody. So, you know what I mean? But like, I grew up in a household where my mom was actually like doing a good job in the kitchen. I didn't even help her. I don't know how the fuck I got into cooking. Because I was a dishwasher at a restaurant because I didn't have any other skills, and then I saw the cooks, and they were making like $3 more than me. They had girls. They had an apartment. I'm like, fuck, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do what you're doing.
But that's how it happened. But see, you noticed that.
Yeah.
Like in life, you know, when things present themselves, you got to notice it. You know, you got to study, you know, where you go in life, you know, because you learn from life. You know, school can't really teach you about life. You know, they can teach you some things, but...
And that's why I like to pride myself as a very well-rounded gentleman, because I got the street smarts and I'm educated.
Yeah, I'm well-rounded too.
But I can't say that,
right.
So like whatever.
Just like the other word. No, I'm just kidding. All right, real quick, so the BMX thing, I just was a kid on a bike, but what happened was there was one of my homeboys, Travis McGee, who now is a photographer, so it's funny because it's Tim Tech Photography, but he raced professionally. So he come in with the jerseys, the coldest bikes, and, you know, we got little cheap put-together bikes, apart from this bike, apart from that bike.
Half of them are stolen.
And, you know, it's like somebody pulling up in a Bugatti, and you're like, damn. You know, this is how we were as kids.
Yeah.
And then he was hella quick. So anyway, we all took it serious, and we got into bike racing, and I did BMX racing. The highest I ever went was expert, and I was number 3 in the state, which I got a trophy up there and my number plate. And
number
then my
3
bike,
in the state? Yeah,
my bike is still hanging up over there. That's why my bike hanging up like a trophy if you ever come to my studio.
What kind of bike is that? Okay.
It's a Vector.
I had a Diamondback.
Okay, I had that too. And my homeboy Travis was sponsored by Vector.
It got stolen.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah. All my bikes got stolen.
But my homeboy was sponsored by Vector. So, you know, we get bikes through him.
With the gooseneck, okay.
That's a hutch. That's a hutch neck. But what's crazy is
I call it. I don't know much.
He used to take me to the track and tell me how to hit these burns and how to hit these jumps. Now he's a photographer and he come over here and I give him game on how to do this and how to do that. So it's crazy how a childhood friend, you know, stuff turns around.
Yeah, of course, man. And that's happened to me a couple times. And I mean, yeah, life's crazy, bro. But I mean, when you told me that, and like I think I saw you post a video of you like doing some shit on a BMX bike.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like that's just not something a regular person at our age does. You know what I mean? And when you did that shit, I'm like, this guy has a history of like BMXing, because like I can't do that. I can jump off a curb maybe.
Yeah, but you could jump on a skateboard and do something. And it comes second nature.
Yeah. I mean, well, if I wasn't like old and like broken and fat and unbalanced and shit. Just saying, like I'm not as good as I used to be.
It's time for another shot, man.
I used to be able to ollie down like 6 stairs, and now I can't. I'm scared to ollie down 1. But anyway, thank you. Oh, Oh,
Don't
you're telling
take
me
the
to
sip,
drink. All right. Fuck, man. All right, I'm gonna have to make some plans after this show.
St. Louis, what's up?
All right, so tell me about like how you got into the photography game. Like when did you pick up a camera and when did it?
So,
like, tell me that progression.
Yeah, I got you. So when I moved to Baton Rouge, I knew I was going to end up going to Southern University. So I dropped out of high school, but I did get my GED. And my homeboy, he told me Southern University had open admissions, meaning I can get in with a GED. I just had to pass my SATs. And he's like, dog, we need to get the fuck out of St. Louis, you know. So we packed up and we left. We went down there, stayed with my other homeboy.
How old were you?
21.
Okay.
Yeah. We stayed with my other homeboy for about 3 weeks, or about a month until we can afford to get our own apartment. But then I lived down there for a year and worked in established residence, so I didn't have to pay out-of-state fees. But then I got into Southern University. Southern University, I had a friend in the class that worked for the school newspaper, and I was just talking shit. I was like, man, I'll take better pictures than that. And he was like, well, man, if you do, you need to come take pictures for the newspaper. They'll pay you.
So how did you know you took better pictures?
Because I grew up
cameras.
I grew up in it under my father.
Okay.
My father was a
Okay.
professional,
All right.
so I watched him teach all my life. You know, like
Okay.
my father really went to the professional schools of photography and all that.
Okay.
So I was just talking shit, you know. But I did have some sense
But that's
of
what we
photography.
do. We
you
talk
know.
shit.
So I went to the newspaper and they gave me a job right away, and they gave me a job with the yearbook. So in doing that, I fell in love with shooting. Like I tried to DJ before I left St. Louis, but I ain't have enough rhythm, and I was just like, it just ain't gonna work for me, you know. But I mean, I was into it. I had all the records, you know. I got video of me scratching and all that.
Okay.
You know, I had fun. I did one house party. But
We
anyway,
need to do a whole documentary on your
Yeah.
life, bro.
But I had love for hip hop and music. So like being in college down there, the concerts come. You know, now I got a press pass. I get to go shoot that concert. But what I tripped on the power of the press pass, you got people that wait in line for hours to get in that front row. And then
Yeah.
I can come at the last minute and walk in front of the gate that's stopping them in the front row and be right in front of them because of the power of the press pass. I was like, damn, this dope. Then the people that put everything together need you to get pictures of them, so you automatically get to meet the artists because they need pictures of,
Right.
you know, them being there with the who's and, you know, all that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I was like, damn, this kind of dope access. And then I'm a fan of hip hop, so
Access.
it's perfect.
That camera
Yeah.
access.
Access. Yeah.
You heard
Yeah.
it.
There's a lot to
But-
come with it.
But trust me, I'm gonna ask you all about it. So I mean,
You know he is.
So you,
I ain't giving out
I
no
don't,
names.
I don't have a camera. I don't have. I just sell chicken.
No, but you got a phone. You know how to hit them DMs.
Anyway, but you so that's how you got into like shooting. So you was working for the newspaper, and then you realized like, damn, this is really getting me in where I normally couldn't get in.
Right.
So like, how did that so that transpired into like a whole career? Like, how did
Yeah.
that blossom into a career? Like, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
take this
because
hustle and like
I
maybe-
did stuff that was fun for me. So like, I was looking for all the pretty girls on campus, going to my my apartment where I made a studio, you know, and I went on nothing extra. Like I was really trying to learn the game, you know. So, you know, having a pretty model or either a popular person, you know, like it made it more fun.
Yeah.
You know, and back then it was film. So like you set up, shoot, you don't know what you're getting until it get developed.
Right.
So it's like, you know, you really got to know what you're doing. You
Yeah,
know,
it
it ain't like
wasn't
digital now.
digital, yeah.
Digital now you can
You just pull it
can
up
do
right
take
then
a
and
couple
there.
test shots, look, and make your adjustments, and you're good. You know, back then, you know, and then you got to be careful moving around because you could hit a dial and change your f-stop or anything, and then everything's overexposed and just messed up, and then you got to call that person
We gotta do this all
messed up. You know. So, but it was fun. You know, all the fun is in the hustle, and
and it was self-taught.
yeah.
So you learned
trial
all
and
the-
error, trial and error.
So like when I walk into your crib and I see all this shit and all these lights and computers and all this stuff that you don't want me to touch, like you learn how to do all that stuff just by learning it on your own.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
because if I were to pick
Yeah.
up your camera, I would fuck it up.
Yeah, but you're not gonna pick it up, you know, because I'm always watching it. Like I just, you know, it's you know, because that's my moneymaker.
Hey,
You know,
so
that's just
what-
like your knives.
I'll let you hold my knife just so you guys know I'm gonna pick up his camera one day. I'm gonna just pick it up.
Okay.
And then I'll
we're
be like,
gonna
"How do you?
I'm gonna pick him up."
How do you work this?" No, but that's dope, man. I'm actually like I'm really proud of you, and like
Right.
not on no weird stuff, but like I've been a fan of yours like before you became a buddy of mine, like. Just because I see what you've done for St. Louis, and I've seen the the access that you've had in the city. A lot of people don't have that, and you've had that access in St. Louis, and like I've always been aware of like who you are, your presence, and like King Yella, the name in the city, like King Yella was like, oh, he's that guy. Like so, like I've known about you, and like. I mean, I'm not ashamed in my old age to be like, yeah, I'm a fan. Like when you break down the word fan, it's like I'm not like the fan, like the stalker.
But you're
like,
just showing love
yeah,
when
like
people do cool shit.
It's like I appreciate what he's doing, and I think what he's doing is dope, and I'm not ashamed to like say that I think what you were doing was dope. So like getting into the clubs, like where do you think like there was one particular club or promoter or club owner that actually like made you bigger than what you were? Like was there one era?
I mean,
was there an era?
So I would say, so real quick, that part of the game came from back when I was 15. I used to go to the Animal House, you know, for people who know about the Animal House.
Holy shit.
So being there, I tripped on the cameraman with someone that my father taught.
The Animal House.
So I would always go say what's up to him, and then he when he gets swamped, he'd be like, Chris, because he knew me as Chris. He'd be like, Chris, can you give me a hand for about 30 minutes? You know, so I jump in and give him a hand, but I didn't realize that was teaching me that part of the game. So when I moved to Baton Rouge, you got to remember, I didn't have no trade, no nothing. I'm just 21. You know, I know street stuff, but I didn't know, you know, I can just go apply for a job. Right. So I remember my father's friend was making all that cash doing the photo booth. So I gave it a try down in Baton Rouge. Never looked back. You know, and then when I first came to St. Louis, so another thing with that, I made good money doing that. But people would be like, oh, he's not a real photographer. He's not a professional. He do club stuff. You know, like they used to try and talk down on that. But they don't realize I can make more money doing that than they probably making, you know.
Right.
But I mean, it ain't even about that, you know. So when I came back to St. Louis, I wanted to focus on being that more professional photographer. And I said I wasn't gonna get out the club. And then just with all the you know, it's like you need hazardous pay because you know the club stuff. You know, you got shootings, fights. It's just extra work, late hours. So I was trying to go in a different direction. But then I needed more money, and then I started working for one of my father's friends fixing up houses. And I used to look at the guy that was tuck pointing, he'd make 200 something a day, and we'd only make $60 on our shift. And I'm like, man, I need to get that tuck pointing money, you know. But then I was like, man, I'd rather go back to the clubs because I can make 300, 400, 500, 600, and that's more than tuck pointing, and it ain't even getting dirty and doing this, and it's fun. Right. So then I went back to the club. I had a friend from Louisiana, Daphne. She was an apple bottom model. Okay. She knew Yomi Martin. So Slim had a video shoot. I didn't know Slim yet. He had a video shoot, and Yomi was there, and she was gonna be in the video, and she had me come meet them. So I met Slim. I met Yomi. Slim, I asked him about clubs. He put me in touch with Mocha. Okay. So I met all three of them like around the same time, and we started Dante's, but that was my first start of the clubs in St. Louis, and then it just took off. Like St. Louis had such a dope club atmosphere and people going out, like it just took off for me, you know. And then real quick on my real photography, Guccio was the first person to ever spend $1 with me when I moved back to St. Louis. Because I sat in St. Louis, I moved back, I really didn't have much. I moved back when I was 30, I really didn't have much. I totaled my car in Dallas, because I lived in Dallas for 2 years before I came back to St. Louis. So I really came back starting clean over. Nobody knew who I was as a photographer. That's why I said DJ Quincy Ward. You know, I tried to hit him up, you know, to try and get my foot in the game because I used to work with a radio station in Dallas. You know, he's ignoring my calls. He's like, yeah, he probably think I'm still that same bad dude, you know. But I wasn't, you know, so I had to figure it out, you know. And so I was working for my mom, taking care of my aunt, stacked up, got some money, got my laptop, ended up getting a minivan, and then I got in the clubs, and then it just took off. And then I had a homeboy in Baton Rouge, DJ Super Mike. He knew Alice Prince. Alice Prince worked with Guccio. Okay. He's like, man, when you're ready to get out there, you need to holler at AP. So then I hit her up. She had me come meet her and Guccio. And then that's how that's
from St. Louis.
Yeah. But that's how I first shot Future.
So wait, it took somebody from outside the crib to introduce you to someone?
No, they was from the crib, but they lived in Louisiana. Okay. So it was still them St. Louis connections. All right. You know, like that's why you always gotta keep connections because you never know how things gonna, you know, transpire for you.
I'm all about connections.
So,
man.
Yeah, I went and met Guccio, and from Guccio I met Just Bleezy. I met Nick from Greedy Genius, working with all them. Future.
Yeah,
you know,
Nick is a homie, man. Shout out to Nick Loftus, man.
Yeah, Nick.
So basically like not the first, but some of the first people that you really met in St. Louis social culture was like Slim, Mocha,
Yomi,
and Yomi.
Guccio. You know,
With
good people.
Yeah, like I mean, look, all those people like Yomi, Slim, and Mocha, those are good friends of mine. Like I fuck with all of them. And Nick Loftus, man, you've been on a hiatus, man. But I fuck with you, Nick.
Nick doing this thing.
I see him on Facebook with those dogs, man. I see him doing his thing, man. Nick is the homie,
Yeah,
man.
we got more than that going on.
And I'm just saying, like back in the vocal days with Nelly and them, like
See, I didn't know none of that.
man, dude, the vocal days was like crazy, bro. Like I had a motorcycle with the vocal logos all over it. I was a president of Vocal Motorcycle Club.
Don't worry, it's coming back.
Really? Vocal is? Well, shit, put me in because I kind of like had a foot in that in the motorcycle world.
Right.
But like Nick gave me some denim jeans and I wrapped my seats in Vocal denim jeans and my paint job was Vocal. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Nick and Yomi from Vocal and Apple Bottoms. Like that was dope. So I mean, that's how you got into the scene. So like, and then you just like you being a hustler, having that gift of gab, being able to talk and like just, I mean, it's like.
And not fucking over nobody, you know, just being real, not trying to just take from people, you know, you give when you can give, you know, because all that, you put good energy in the air, it's going to come back to you. And I mean, that's how I've been living life, you know, because like when I changed my life around, I said, I'm going to quit being sneaky, I'm going to quit being dirty. And, you know, it's like, I feel like all my karma started changing for the better and I started having more good luck, you know. Not with the lottery yet, but I've been having good luck.
You play the lottery?
I mean, every blue moon.
Well, shit. I mean, I turned my life around. I'm still a hustler, and just like you are, we're still hustlers, man. We just changed the product, and I changed the product, and I sell chicken now. And now I'm doing a podcast, and I got you on there.
Right.
So like, tell me, like, how did you transition from like doing club shit to like actually doing photo shoots with people?
It wasn't a transition. I was doing both.
Okay.
Nobody just knew me as a photographer, so they weren't really trying to come to me. You know, and then,
I knew you as the guy that was in the club with the camera.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't know. Like a lot of people come here to my studio.
You had the jacket and everything.
Yeah. I was heavy because of my homeboy Cat Daddy in Dallas put me on game on how to brand.
Okay.
So like
branding is big.
Yeah, I was branding the hell out of King Yella. Like you gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Like you
how
gonna
did
see
King
that crown.
Yella? How did King Yella become King Yella? How did Chris turn into King Yella? Obviously, because you're yellow.
Back in the days of St. Louis, you know, running around the streets trying to figure out who the hell I was. You know. I was going by Yella, but there was another dude calling himself Yella. I'm like, well, shit, I'm the big Yella. I'm the top Yella. Shit, I'm the King Yella.
King Yella.
And then King Yella just came, you know, and I just stuck with it, you know, and it was just a nickname. And then even with photography, so like I used to have the attitude, everybody can call me King Yella. If everybody can call Ice Cube, they can call me King Yella. You know, because I would always run. So all my life, I always ran into people that be like, what is King Yella? What's your real name? You know, like. They always give King Yella that little street, hood, or ghetto look. You know what I'm saying?
If I met Ice Cube, I would call him Cube. So like, I still call you Yella.
Yeah, but
you're in my phone as Yella.
There's still those people, like even Shaq. Like, Shaq King Yella all day. But then, for some of his corporate people, he might need, you know, because I remember one day he's like, yo, what's your real name again? You know, because he couldn't say King Yella.
Right.
So
what's your real name? Christopher.
Okay. Christopher. So, but anyway, so I learned instead of saying, you know, instead of trying to make people call me King Yella, I just said, you know what, let me have another avenue. And then I also had another homeboy, Eddie Harris. We grew up. He was saved. You know, he was wild, but he got saved. He was into the Lord. He's 100 to his wife, and he used to wear a bracelet. You know, so if he sees something that make him look away from his wife, he just look at that bracelet and touch it, and he like, you know, that take his mind off of what he's looking at. But he told me on my website I should have the girls in a different section, so if he chooses to look at it, he can just click on it instead of it just popping up in their face. You know, so that also taught me with the King Yella, I might as well have Christopher Hawkins photography, because some people, just like when I shot Sweetie Pie's cookbook, you know, they want to put that on the King Yella, you know, so they put that on the Christopher Hawkins.
Okay.
So it gives me a lane, or just like if I'm shooting senior pictures of your daughter.
You don't want King Yella.
You don't want King Yella who shot a girl for OnlyFans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True that.
You know, but I mean, it's crazy how people will judge you and trip on you like that. But like your restaurant,
it's a thing.
Yeah, but you don't care if a convicted felon or a millionaire come eat your food.
And I hire convicted felons.
Yeah, but with me, they might, you know, oh, he mess with this kind of person. We don't want to mess with that kind of person.
Imaging and shit.
You know, so it's, you know, I have the two brands because it just helps for people, especially with paperwork.
Like when it comes into play, when it comes to like cookbooks and like corporate type shit, yeah, you don't want to be like, I'm King Yella.
It just helps. But I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, because I can get paid. You can pay me in the check, King Yella Photography.
There's really nothing wrong with it, which is dope. Which is really dope.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes, unfortunately, the world that we live in, they they want like more of a professional, whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah, so don't fight it. Just give it to them.
when I look at my bracelets, I see "get shit done," and my mom gave me that, and then this Louis Vuitton
He got
bracelet.
that white privilege.
How the
I got
fuck-
half of it. I got half
How
of
do I
it.
got white privilege?
You white.
Let's talk about that. Do
You
I?
white. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that is a thing.
But I'm just saying, like, there's all different levels because you can get just as much shit as me, and we both can get as much shit as any one of our brothers in the hood or anything. You know, like there's all
But,
different
I mean,
levels.
you
But
know
there's
what?
been days because my best friend was dark skinned.
Okay.
Whenever we get into trouble or we used to go places, you know, white people, other people, they always wanted to come talk to me. If the police came, they always talk to me. I'm the one that can calm them down and save everybody. So I had some privilege being light skinned. So, you know, I know that, but it's like, you know, you just got to treat everybody fair.
I know what you're saying though,
Yeah.
because when it comes to like white privilege, when I hear that, I want to tell people like, you don't fucking know what I went through.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you have
yeah,
no
yeah.
idea.
But there's been times where it
about-
worked for you. And you be like, well, I'm glad.
But
Or
I
like
didn't-
if you get pulled over.
But I didn't think about it at the time. I didn't think about like, oh, this is happening. Like I'm okay
Well, yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
a white
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
But like in the big picture things, like I do, like I understand like what white privilege means.
Yeah.
But I never use it to my advantage on purpose.
Because I hate what my brothers got to go through, you know.
Man.
But I run with them and I see where I
But-
get the favor.
But don't think that it came easy because of my skin tone.
No.
What I went through and how I built my brand and my product was a lot of blood, sweat, and real fucking tears.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
still
yeah,
have
definitely.
blood, sweat, and real tears.
Yeah,
to
but
this
still,
day.
when you get pulled over, you ain't gonna be as nervous as, you know.
Shit, I'm a convicted felon. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but I'm
When-
just
when
saying,
when I
you know how
pop
to
up
talk
in-
to white people. White people gonna look at you a little bit. Cause I've been in a situation where I know if you talk proper and you comply and you do certain things, you know. Cause the main thing, like I always tell people,
You should do that anyway.
yeah, but I always tell people, man, put them cops at ease. Like if they pull you over, like me, I got tinted windows. I'm rolling my windows down. If it's nighttime, I'm turning the dome light on. I'm opening the
Yeah.
sunroof, turning the engine off. I'm leaving my hands on the steering wheel. I'm gonna speak nice. How you doing, officer? Like I'm not gonna act crazy. Like
But-
man, what the hell you pulling me up for? You know.
But as a white person, I do the same shit.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you should do the same thing.
Everybody should
Yeah.
do that. Like
Yeah.
if you get pulled over by the cops, my brother's a cop. Like,
Right,
but I'm
right.
saying like, when I get pulled over, I'm yes sir, no sir,
Yeah.
you know, officer, whatever. Like.
Yeah, but you've been around the game. You know.
I know how
easy
to
it can
act,
go left. Yeah,
and it can
Yeah.
go left quickly. So why
Yeah.
give them the fuel to fucking do that?
And then you got a double-edged sword because they'll be like, "Oh, he think he one of them. Let's show his ass."
Not for real, because when they run my plate and they see my name, they're like, "Oh shit, convict, guns, drugs. Let's fucking bring the boys out and search."
No,
and
that's what I'm
shit."
saying. You think I'm saying they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, he one of them hip white boys. Let's show his ass."
Well, they
You
got
know.
another thing coming. You got to get a warrant to search my car.
Right.
Get
right.
that motherfucking warrant. We'll be here all night. You can get it and not find shit.
But you know, speaking on all that, you know, like we blessed to be at the age we are and be here and not be in trouble. You know, like I see so many young people still trying to figure it out, and it's just like you got, you know, like Slim gave me a quote a long time ago. If it's 4 people, if you get in a car with 4 broke people, it's gonna be 5 broke people. You know, like you got to surround yourself with opportunity-seeking people and not them underachievers. Like you just can't change like that. You know, and another quote that I like is, "Nothing changes if nothing changes." So you know, if you want something to change, you got to make a change. You know, and you just gotta do better, man. Like it's hard to get out that cycle, but it can be done.
True.
You know.
I mean, but a lot of people, man, are stuck and that's all they know. So that's all they live. And every day, you know.
But that's the situation I was in. But my homeboy was like, "Dog, we gotta get the hell about it."
It's going to take for somebody to come in and try to kind of rearrange that shit. And you have to
so
have,
if somebody pulling you out of your situation, you might want to go with them. See where it take you.
All of this, all the clubs that you've been in, and all like you've been at the Loft, you've been like everything that's been popping in St. Louis, like you've been part of that. Like, do you have any memories of that shit that has ever like stood out, like bad things, like shootings or fights or something that broke your equipment or like?